Hello, Alton here. We're going to talk about abilities this time, and that is all located in the ability bonuses.xml file. Now, you can do some really cool stuff with this, and also do some really ridiculous stuff with this. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Now, I haven't completely figured out if I like this that much, but it is definitely something you can mod and have fun with. Take a look here. This isn't very regular, is it? No, it's not. Colonize aquatic, that's not in there usually. How about defense? Hey, look at that. I can set penalties and get more points that way. This is so Master of Orion. Well, yeah, it totally is. And as you can see, there's all sorts of stuff in here which, is not usually there. Points remaining. I press reset, right? Alright, it's not a custom race. Well, anyway, as you can see, there's all sorts of extra things in here, and for example, these colonization things, which I know now are not something you want to use, because the game doesn't the game doesn't get it. It wants the text. It needs the text. Otherwise, it will actually ignore these aquatic and barren worlds. So. At least that's what it seems like. Anyway, but how can you do all this? How can you set penalties and all that? So this is how you do that. In ability bonuses, you got ability tags, like so. Now the ability name, for example, weapons and defense and all that, and the ability index is the exact same as what is listed in your custom files here. I'm just going to grab the alternate Gemini. There we go. So you got ability 0, that's economics, and that's the same here. Ability and economics. Now, there's a couple of things you need to put in here. Ability index refers to this, the ability, and then you have to put in how many options are available. In this case, 6. You start with option 0. So you end up with option 5 being the maximum. Then you got a couple of things you need to put in. The option text is what is displayed. In this case, advanced. And then you get the bonus it gives, in this case 10%. And the cost too. Next is gifted and all that, and goes up to master. Now this is where I put my stuff in. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of doing this actually, because you can make horrendously overpowered races this way, because you can create points, and you can do that on abilities which you can easily compensate. But again, it's your game, and you can add this to the game if you want to. So this part up to here was actually this, with of course some different availability, was set by default. All the things with the star are actually stuff I added myself. Now, I put in poor. The bonus here is -10, and the cost is -2. And the effect of that is that it gives you a -3 points. It actually adds 3. And people, this actually works. This way you can really do a bit of a Master of Orion thingy, where you can actually give your race penalties and get points to customize elsewhere. There are mods like this already in existence on the mod library, which I talked about in, I believe, part 2. So you might want to check that out. Maybe they did a better job of balancing this stuff. Bonus units is what is listed here, so 10%, say that. If you look at, for example, speed, you're talking about PC, that is parsecs. So if we look up speed, research, influence, repair, sensors, espionage, shouldering, planet quality, trade routes, bonuses, hit points, range, luck, courage, creativity. Oh, yeah, I think you get the idea. Man, I can't find it. Anyway, by default, we're done talking about this tag, by the way. By default, you're familiar with the list that's in here. Say this. There's actually text available for these tags as well, as you can see. It's pretty crazy, really, because apparently they were planning on adding this, but they decided probably at the last moment, nah, let's not go for that. So here you got, for example, miniaturization. You can actually give your arrays a high level of miniaturization. That's freaking powerful, really. So I didn't add a penalty to that because I didn't even know if that would work. But you can totally do that for yourself with population growth, social and military production research. Basically, just expand the amount of options available to you and then add extra options with a negative amount of points and a negative amount of bonus. And that's why you can do it. That's the way you do it. If you want to add stuff that's not by default in there and create your own ability file that way, you can do that by just creating a new ability. The name is actually not important. And refer to the ability index, which again you can find in any raceconfig XML file. In this case, logistics 6, that is ability 28. So that's how you can figure that out and do that, and add all the other stuff in there and fiddle with that, figure it out, and have fun and create very detailed options. You are limited to 8 options, I believe. I didn't go any further than that. Now, if you're sick and tired of this and you decide you don't want to do this anymore, all you really need to do is to just remove the ability bonuses XML file from your mod folder, and that should pretty much clear that all up. Alright, that's it. So much for abilities, and thank you all again for the watching, and see you around.